All right, you're done. Now get out of here. I don't want to see your face again until the volume comes out. And now, you.
Ayo.
You got anything to say?
Not really.
Really? Nothing at all?
Hey, like I said, I'm just vibing. I may be pretty boring right now, but at least I'm better than those two chuckle fucks.
Shut up! You are currently fixated on the most boring and pompous arc in the entire manga, with a main character that is basically turned into a Mary Sue, and everything else has been sidelined despite how interesting it was and the setup beforehand.
Okay, yeah, that's fair, but hear me out. Pretty lady.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I thought.
Hello everybody, it's Allie, back here again to criticize media that I still follow regardless of my dislike for some of the shit that it produces, and making it everyone else's problem. And if you're new to the channel, welcome! You basically heard everything you really need to know about what goes on around here. And what am I going to criticize today, you ask? Well, of course, My Hero Academia. Because you knew this was coming again. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? It's pretty straightforward. I don't like the current manga arc so far.
Burn the witch!
Yeah, whatever. I don't like it and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Just chill out. I'll be real with you. It's just a rant video. If you're looking for a My Hero Academia video with actual constructive criticism and an in-depth analysis, this is not it. I am here to bitch and only bitch, and that's what you're gonna get. However, if you do still want an in-depth analysis of My Hero Academia, feel free to check out this one. It's pretty long, but I talk about trauma. And who doesn't love an in-depth analysis about the trauma of fictional characters? If you're still here, hello! Welcome to hell, where you're gonna listen to me talk about all the things I currently hate about this arc. So let's get into that. First off... Okay, seriously, this is supposed to be the last arc of the entire manga. And this is how we're spending it? This is what we get? Where are the rest of my kids? 1A? 1B? The teachers? Literally anyone that isn't Mary Suzuku and the 4 suck-ups. Were we not just given some of the most interesting setup for the endgame in the last arc? Where did all of that go? We had something here! We had something! I mean, at least I thought we did, but maybe I just like to overanalyze things. Or maybe it's just that none of that matters anymore because Izuku's the main character and therefore the One For All plotline is the most important plotline of them all. Because based on everything that's happened, I beg to differ. That and I also don't give a shit about that storyline anymore, but that's beside the point. Because it's been 5 to 6 chapters and counting of literally nothing but Deku being a vigilante and having legitimately no problems because apparently he's unlocked and mastered some of the other quirks by now. And because he's being supported by the top 3 heroes and All Might. All of whom apparently have no problem with this and really don't do anything to assist him aside from the bare minimum. And that's being generous. Because you see, being a vigilante in this world is wrong. Except when Deku does it because he's the main character and the plot demands it and he is immune to consequences. Speaking of consequences... Consequences? You mean facing actual challenges and struggling and not being able to do everything perfectly? Not being the pillar of moral perfection and having actual real flaws that affect the story and people around him? Being able to make mistakes and learn and grow from them like an actual interesting character would? What the fuck are you talking about? We don't do that here. Yeah, Hero Society is in complete shambles and everything has gone to shit since All For One escaped from prison. But that's pretty much it. But Hawks doesn't have his wings anymore. That's a consequence. Correct. It is a consequence of everything that went down in the war arc, and it's a good one. Now where are the rest? Where are the scars that everybody else got from the war arc? Because I'm still waiting. The PTSD. The scars, the deaths, the permanent injuries. Haminari's head injury that turned out to be completely inconsequential despite the fact that he got hit in the head with a fucking boulder. And yeah, I know, Aizawa and Mirko and all of them lost a couple of limbs and an eye. But we haven't seen them since they were in the hospital. Fuck, we've barely seen anybody since they were in the hospital. Where is it, Horikoshi? Where is my content? Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed watching him put Muscular into the ground within a single chapter. We love to see it. But it gets pretty old, pretty fast when you have no other substance to this shit. And there really ain't much else going on other than Deku becoming the Dark Knight and nobody having a problem with him going off on his own. The way I see it, the only way this can ever possibly be rectified is if 1A eventually comes into the picture and immediately pounds his ass into the ground. Bonus points if it's primarily Uraraka who launches him into the stratosphere because it's what my girl deserves. Next! Not gonna lie, the moment I heard that this was going to be the final arc of the entire manga, the Kill Bill sirens started going off immediately, and they have not stopped. What the fuck do you mean only one more arc? After all of the shit that just happened? After the fucking war arc happened and ended and changed everything we knew this series to be? What? Just give me Shoto and the rest of the Todorokis again, at least they're interesting. And for fuck's sake, I want to see my little boy. I've been waiting literal years for Shinzo to finally be in the hero course, and we've got no content of him. I deserve to see my son in all his glory. And you know, it doesn't happen with every series that I watch, but oftentimes just one thing will happen and I will have the urge to rewrite the entire thing. Some examples include Ruby, The Ranger's Apprentice, and Gotham. Still might rewrite Gotham, actually. And so naturally, you can probably deduce that I've had the thought of rewriting this series too. And with the way things are going right now, I've decided that it is no longer a mere idea. It is a threat. I won't hesitate, bitch. As I'm sure I've made it clear in this video so far, I do not like the current arc. Or at least I don't like the way that it's going right now. However, there is one singular good thing about this arc that I will never complain about. Unless she's conveniently killed off before the end of the series, just like every other female villain who isn't Toga. And you already know her name. Lady Naga, bitches! Am I pronouncing that correctly? Probably not, but I don't give a fuck. Now this is something I can get behind. I am looking respectfully. She has the story we wanted for Hawks but never got. And she's beautiful, powerful, a queen, a goddess even. We don't even have her color palette yet and she won me over with that singular panel. I don't even know what the fuck her quirk is, but all I need to know is that she could crush me like the bug that I am and I would thank her for it. I know I said that Mirko was my one and only, but both? Both. Both is good. As if Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village wasn't enough already. Please dropkick me into oblivion. She could tell me to betray the government and become a villain with her and I wouldn't even question it. The power that has. You're only coming in the last arc because Horikoshi knew the power you hold and the effect you would have on the fandom. He knew we weren't ready and held out until the last arc to finally introduce you just to annihilate us all. Good man. And that's all I've got for you. If you came here for constructive criticism and an in-depth analysis, I don't know what you're still doing here. Perhaps you changed your mind. And if not, well, you're here anyway, so. For those of you who did come here for a rant video, and even those who didn't, thank you for listening. And I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching me go off for however many minutes about this arc and my dissatisfaction with it. And my fair lady Nagant, of course, we can't forget about her. Will I rewrite this series in fanfiction format? Who knows? Anything is possible. And I assure you that y'all will be the first to know. I'm sure I'll do some sort of other in-depth analysis on this series at some point in the future, but today is not that day. But until then, if you have any suggestions for videos, be sure to let me know down in the comments, or feel free to tweet me at Alicia_Irvine, or send me an ask on Tumblr at The Face in the Mirror. Still need to make that second Tumblr blog, gotta get on that. With that, that's all for now, you guys. Thank you for being here, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.